Hey friends, welcome to my composition art journal series, part 27, Rich. So I couldn't resist these $3.99 acrylic paints that I got from Hobby Lobby, and they have all these like pastel colors, but they're pearlescent and shimmery and fun. And I found this page that I already had seeded that had similar colors, so I thought that I would experiment a little bit. I really like pearlescent, shiny paints, and sometimes they tend to be really thin, but this was okay. It was kind of a medium. It wasn't too watered down or anything. But so I got this ribbon out, and this tulle ribbon, and used it like a stencil to give my page a little bit of texture with this pearlescent paint. I tend to learn the same lessons over and over, and that's, for me, that's whenever I try to stencil anything, I always use too much paint, always. And the first time I stencil, I usually get more of a globby effect. Anyway, got some other stencils out, grabbed my bucket of acrylic paints. I just like having things near that I might use, so that in the middle of the flow of creativity that I'm not stopping to go and search for the next thing I need. So I knew I wanted to do some different stenciling, and so I just grabbed a bunch that looked interesting to me, and I grabbed some paint colors that I thought would complement the pages on the background and give it a little contrast. I have a tendency to try to use the same colors and then maybe not have enough contrast on my pages. So I pulled out this lime green and fuchsia and an orange, and then the blue is pretty similar to the background color. When I use stencils to fill in the background, I want to make it look kind of random, and I have a tendency to space them out so, I don't want to say perfectly, but in a way that almost looks like it was just a repeating pattern. So one thing you can do is overlap some of the stencils on top of each other so that they kind of blend into each other, so they don't look just like separate patterns, like right there where the orange and the green and the pink stars all kind of blend together. And I think that helps it to look more random, and just that it kind of flows together instead of separate images. So I like the way my background looks and I'm ready for a focal point. And I found a quote that I wanted to use and I was just looking for some lettering. So I was looking for inspiration when I clicked on this and I just love this quote. So I changed gears and decided I'm going to use that quote and I'm going to use that kind of as a guide. I'll show you when I'm completely finished how similar and different it is. So don't be intimidated by handwriting. It just takes practice and imitation. That's all it is. I don't think that I'm particularly well practiced in it, but I just look at an example and maybe make a little bit of a variation. So as you can see, I borrowed some of the font ideas, but I didn't copy it verbatim. And then it had kind of a negative space up in the left corner that I wanted to put some kind of embellishment. So I made a little flower. And I haven't yet decided what I'm going to do on the other side. So I'm going with kind of a, not exactly a mandala, but some kind of design that is going to be just smack in the middle. And as I've gone through this art journal, one thing that I have realized about myself is that I love detail. I love to just keep going and going and going. And sometimes when I finished a page, I felt a little disappointed that I didn't allow more of the background to show through because I really like the background. So I'm going to keep that in mind as I'm creating a design on this side of the page that I'm going to leave space for the background to show through. Okay, so as I'm editing this video, of course, it's all finished, and I'm amazed how many times I can do this process. And as I'm sitting here watching, I'm realizing little mistakes that I made. Look at that little space right there at the top that I missed. And I don't know how it happens, but I don't care. But if you're OCD and it is driving you nuts and you never want to watch any more of my videos, I will fix it, I promise. And I'll even show you at the end. So that's my page. I am happy with it. What do you think? Thanks for hanging out with me today. And I hope you come back and hang out with me again sometime soon. And in the meantime, go make some art.